The doctor was like, malaria is pretty deadly. People die from malaria. And I was like, how are you telling me? He's like, you can lose your baby from malaria. You can also die from malaria. Like, why are you supposed to be telling me that? Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lade Owolabi.
I'm Owolabi.
And we're continuing the series of the pregnancy series before baby comes. And as you can tell from the title, today we're going to be talking about pregnant with COVID, what happened and all of that. The reason I'm doing this video is to encourage anyone who might be pregnant and has maybe like an evil report or a bad report concerning your health during your pregnancy. So yeah, let's get into it. So what happened? Do you want to start?
Maybe we should start.
Okay. It happened that a lot of things happened around that time.
Yeah.
PJ lost his dad. I was in my first trimester of the pregnancy. It was a pretty rough first trimester because I was vomiting a lot. I had food aversion. Like I could barely eat anything. I could vomit from drinking water. So I was almost always nauseous, and it was normal. Like it was just like anything that was happening to me at the time was as if it was pregnancy symptoms. But then he got really down, and I believe it was around the time, like right after your dad passed away, because you had to do a lot of runarounds in that 2 weeks, right? And he had gone for a family meeting because I kept telling him, you don't have to go for every single thing, like you don't have to. And he went and came back really, really sick, like he couldn't even stand up. But then that was a night of encounter at church, and you had to minister. And he ministered. I don't know how he ministered, bless you. But right after ministering, like he ministered for like 4 hours, 5 hours, because it was like an all-night program. And right after ministering, I was just like watching him, and I told a few people. I think I told you. I'm like, you guys should watch PJ because based on what I saw at home. But God kept you throughout the administration, and then afterwards you just like broke down.
I think that's the day we went to church. But we still do leaders meeting on Saturdays.
Yes, we used to still do leaders meeting on Saturday.
And on Sunday, we are still minister in the morning.
And evening church, yes.
Then evening church, I had to sit down.
We now saw this girl's mom. The girl's mom, Boshi and Bulu's mom.
Yeah.
So it was at that time that I now started feeling like something else was wrong with me. But obviously you were ready. Oh, evening church that day, you had to sit down during the sermon.
Yeah, I couldn't
for the first time.
I had to sit down to minister that day.
So all of these things were symptoms. We still didn't know what was wrong. And by Monday morning, it hit us like, when they say train hit somebody. And that Monday morning was really bad. I was cold, but then my temperature was high, same thing as you. And I think by Tuesday, I insisted that we must go to the hospital, especially him. Like mine was still going to be counted as, pregnancy symptoms and stuff. But for him, I was like, no, we must go. And so we went to the hospital. You want to continue?
Yeah, and I remember that maybe I can't remember the last time I went to the hospital for maybe something like that. Yes, I can't even remember in my adult life. I think the last time was maybe I had an accident. Maybe that was maybe 98 or something. Or so. So we got to the hospital, and they run some tests, different tests, and after running all the tests, so I think they told you that yours was still like I think they still said it was
my white blood cells were fine. Yeah. Like I had malaria, but then it wasn't on that particular occasion. But on another particular occasion, when they confirmed that there was malaria in my blood, the doctor was like, malaria is pretty deadly. People die from malaria. And I was like, how are you telling me? He's like, you can lose your baby from malaria. You can also die from malaria. Like, are you supposed to be telling me that? After they confirmed that, for me, it was just the malaria parasite. They were worried about your white blood cells. They said your white blood cells. I just noticed that this particular doctor, the way she was doing her gloves, it was the lady, yeah. The way she was doing her gloves and her mask, I was just like, what's up? And she just came back and said, "Oh, your white blood cells are blah 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 blah."
They are fighting.
They are fighting, and she's
very low.
She's very sure it's 100% COVID.
And there's even a particular white blood cell that fights special viruses.
I don't even remember the medical jargon, but she was just very sure that PJ had COVID. And the next thing was to test for COVID.
Yes.
Because, I mean, you're as sure as you could be that the white blood cells are fighting the virus. We're supposed to test for COVID. PJ refused to test for COVID. The lady was really, really sure. She was like, okay, she was already giving us advice on how to isolate him. I'm like, how do you isolate him? Me and him were sleeping since the day before. So in my mind, I was like, I might as well have the same COVID. So we now told her, okay, that we're going to think about it. And he was never able to convince PJ to do the COVID test.
No, you said you convinced me to do it. So
but why didn't you do it? I didn't convince you.
You convinced me to do it. I said, okay, I was going to do it. So she went to bring the
test strip,
the apparatus for COVID. So by the time she came back, I said, I'm not doing it.
It's true. She was just Q-tips for ear, but the really, really long one. And you're going to put it in your nose or your throat or something. But you have to do it if you are going to travel now.
I'm not going to travel. I will stay in my country.
Okay. So that was when PJ was like, no. She was confused. She was confused, and I was just like, okay, well, it's fine. And so they gave us medication. Yes. They gave me medication. And from that day, for 2 weeks straight, we were indoors. Yeah. We went to church, but for 2 weeks, not because we were trying to isolate, we were just knocked out, plain blank sick. Guys, it was so bad. Like, I remember I had this cough.
Yeah, there was this cough again. That was,
for both of us, it was really.
Then for me, I think after taking the medication for 1 week, I discovered that the medication was making me sick.
Yeah, so he stopped.
So I just
no, he stopped the medication. I didn't stop mine. I thought we were going to be fine in 1 week. But it took 2 weeks. And
the whole thing, you remember that particular Sunday that I came back home and my body was on fire.
Yes.
And it was as if I was just there like, am I going to die like this?
It was really bad.
So I just said my last confession prayer. Okay, God, if I'm going to go, just let me see you in glory. And I remember like my spirit left my body. Seriously. And I was just there. And I remember when you came back, you were saying that there was a thought coming to your mind.
Okay, yeah, that was the same time.
It was the same time.
Yes, I'd gone to a church program, like a different church. They had a women's program. And while I was there, the thought of you will go back now and find out that your husband is dead, and everybody will start saying, oh Masheo. And maybe if the child in your belly is a boy, they'll say, oh, PJ has come back. Like, it was so vivid, it was so real. And when I came back home and I was narrating it to him, he said it was around that same time, right?
Yeah. In fact, I think it was just seconds before you came in that I woke up.
Okay, like you came back to consciousness.
Yes, it was. And I was supposed to go for evening church.
Yeah.
So I just woke up and I felt a little bit fine. Then we are off to, but by the time we came, it was around 4.
Yes.
So we are off to evening church. Then I discovered that I couldn't even stand, to minister. So I had to, I'm sure the church member just thinking, maybe, he's just tired. Maybe. Even that Sunday, I have to be, even that night of encounter, I don't drink water when
Yes, you have to,
be drinking water over and over. I think at the end of the day, for me, I will say that what worked for us is faith, our faith in God, because I just knew that at some point when I was taking that medication I'm not getting better. I just come to my consciousness of like, okay, these people, they just do guesswork.
For me, at the end of the whole experience, I think that God had to make that happen for you to rest. If not, there was not going to be any pause, anything.
Yeah.
I honestly think so. So I enjoyed the 2 weeks with you. It was not enjoyable. It wasn't enjoyable because literally Zoe was going for summer school at the time.
Yes.
We'll be home like helpless. Like if we wanted water, we would need somebody to bring us water to drink. We only could go and like use the bathroom. It wasn't fun. It wasn't enjoyable. Please, there's nothing enjoyable about being sick. Like we couldn't even like gist or watch movies. Like we're just there looking at each other like zombie, like just looking like it was.
You were still even a little active.
Yes,
you were still active.
Was.
I think for me, God doesn't want me to rest.
Yes. 2 whole weeks. Never ever has it happened. And I think we've learned our lesson. We're not going to wait for it to get that bad, yeah?
I guess.
So yeah, that's our experience. So I didn't necessarily have the virus, COVID, and PJ refused to test, although the doctor was sure. And I think the 2 weeks was, at the end of the day, was isolation.
For me, it was rest. Like,
yeah,
just rest.
But here I am in my last trimester, and you're seeing this video because, of course, the baby is healthy. I'm healthy. The baby's been born already, and we just thank God for the whole journey.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos. If you have questions, put it in the comments.
Or you have similar experience.
Yes, I will be happy to continue the conversation. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time,
keep being the best version. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye.